This conference will now be recorded.
Me Sujit.
Raju,
Yeah.
I'm just giving an access to you. Accept that button. Here, guys, if anyone feel any differences, please help him out. Or else, if you feel anything wrong, you can suggest as well. Yeah, please go ahead, Raju. What you have done, please let me know.
Hello.
Yes.
Take one set variable component and set payload components. Since set variable, I write the expression, data wave expression.
Okay.
But that variable I call to the set payload by using the vars dot var.
Very good. Okay.
In the postman, this is the URL of this that application.
Perfect. And you got a response as well, as per my requirement.
Yes. I'm Raju from
2 parameters. And can you please show me the expression? Of course, it will be correct only. So, have you feel any hurdles while you are practicing it?
No, Sujit. Whatever you told, that I followed.
And it's very easy to write the expressions?
Yes, yeah.
Yeah, very good.
For understanding the requirement, it is very easy.
Yeah. Once you understand the requirement and you follow my video, it's a very easy task.
Yes.
What about others? Anyone else want to show the screen? Oh, no one. What happened? No one done?
Sujit, I'm getting some error actually.
Okay, very good. Let me give an access to you. So that remaining guys, what he is getting an error, you need to identify and you need to tell.
Like it's showing some path error.
Have you run any application before this?
Like before the demo, I think I had saw.
Can you please do it again? Stop the server. Okay, first show me the listener and everything. First show me that listener entire configurations. I think click on the problems. Expand that. Okay. Now go to the expression. Set payload expression. Yeah, I need to give the space between the plus symbol and message.
Okay.
Save it. Okay. Now go to the postman.
Here I'm getting doubt actually. What is the path we need to give here actually?
Yeah. Okay. No listener endpoint for demo 1. Where is the demo 1 here given here? No. Okay. Send the request. First of all, is it deployed?
Yeah, it's got deployed actually.
Show me the console one more time. Just come down. Come down. First of all, I need to see whether there is a deployed status or failed status. Yeah. Now go and give a request. No, it is not running. You can see that.
Okay.
You stopped it again. You can see one more log. Received request to stop the runtime. Restart it.
You can run the project, right?
Yes. Once it is deployed, you just send the request to the postman. Okay, it will work.
Okay.
Any other? But it's this is not the task which I have given. Of course, you are trying to do the first one. Once it
first one only,
will be okay. No problem.
Sujit?
Ignore that warnings. Yes. Who is speaking?
I have ping Suresh. I have pinged
Yes.
my query string and all.
Yes. Yes, I have seen that. That's correct. Okay, set payload variable plus plus concatenation. And you got the output, right, Suresh?
Yes, I got that.
That means you got it.
Yeah.
Okay, very good. You used two variables and you concatenated the two variables as well, right?
Yeah.
Perfect. And anyone else want to share the screen?
Yeah, Sujit, this is Krishna. Just I'm opening the Anypan Studio. Just
No, who is ready
have
to
done
share the
that.
screen?
I'm ready to share the
Sujit,
screen, Sujit.
Suresh, I have seen you already. I mean, in the chat box, not required. Anyone else?
Sujit, Shiva,
Shiva.
I'm getting problems so that
Problem. What is the problem? Given access
I'm
to you,
not
show me this.
okay. Uh, can you see my screen?
Yes.
Okay. Here I kept a variable, and when I'm clicking in FX button, I'm getting here error. Invalid input like that.
1 second.
After plus plus, there is a comma.
I'm not seeing the screen. Just give me 2 minutes.
Hmm.
Remaining guys, you can help him out.
Shiva, start with messages, message dot attributes.
Not required.
Just
Not
like
required. Not required. Not required.
not
Message is
required.
not required.
Okay.
Okay. Query becomes dot uname as string. S should be in capital. Is it in capital? Okay. Please take that expression into the notepad if you're not able to, or else click on the graphical view at the end after the square bracket. Yeah. Now, what you can do? Click on the plus before the okay. Before there is a string, right? After the name,
Hmm.
there is a string. After that, you need to give some space between the string and a plus sign, right? From city attributes dot, or else please take it into the notepad. You are not able to. Remaining guys, hope everyone completed the task. Please be ready.
Yes, Sujit, completed. I'll ping you.
After the
I'll share
string,
my
why you
screen.
have written a plus sign? First, try to execute only these two query parameters. Control A and Control V. Save it. Save and click on done. No, save first. Save it.
Saved it.
Yeah. Yeah. Why still you are getting an error? Is it getting updated? I don't see any error there. Go to the configuration XML and observe. Go to the configuration XML. No, there only. On the message after the message flow tab. Yeah,
Okay.
configuration XML. See, yeah, now the error has gone. That means it is getting updated behind the scenes. It will take some time, right? Now it is clear. Now you can go ahead and deploy your application.
It is not failing, Sujit. It is getting output wrong.
Okay. Show me the listener once. Save it. Show me the listener once. Okay, first program. Okay, go to the postman. No, that is go to meeting. Postman. Or else you can use a browser and you can send the request from there also. Both are same. Use any browser. Colon 8081 slash first program. Next. No. Just check the expression.
In
Just check
uname
the-
equals.
No. Go to the Anypoint Studio. What is the key? Those are case sensitive.
Name.
Capital letters name.
Capital N can I keep or?
Yes.
What is the key there? Just you need to give the same. Actually, we are doing in we are doing in a reverse way. Actually, first we will get the requirement. Accordingly, you need to write the expression, right? Okay, no problem. Name and symbol. Yeah, just check the key. Same again, same key. City only, small c only.
Yes.
Okay, please go ahead and give the value now. Yes. Okay, give the value. Send the request. Are you getting a response?
Yes.
Yeah. Anyone else
But
want to share the screen?
yesterday it
Yes,
not
Sujit.
received in Postman.
You have given n. You have given small n instead of capital N.
Okay.
It is a case sensitive, right? All the key value pairs. Yeah. Anyone else? Krishna?
Yes, Sujit. Can you make me present?
Yes, I'm giving the access. Last 2 minutes. Okay, we will switch to some other topic after this.
Please let me know if you're able to see screen.
Yes, I'm able to.
So just I wanted to minimize this or close.
Not required. I mean, we are able to see only Anypoint Studio.
Okay. Yeah. So just now I built this canvas window. Okay.
Okay.
Uh,
No. You double click on the component.
this is the expression.
You got output, right?
Yes, I got the output. Just
Oh, then correct. If you get output as per the expression what I require, that's absolutely perfect.
yeah, this is the expression, and these are the URI param, and from here it is a query param.
Query param. Perfect.
And Karnataka and India is a URI param.
Okay. Anyone tried first writing the query parameters instead of URI params?
Yes. First, I tried with this Unime, and after that, I added in the Anypoint Studio.
Same
with
expression.
this,
In the same expression I'm talking about, not in different expressions.
okay.
In the URL, can you send a request first for query and then URI? Now you are giving the URI first, right? In the URL I'm talking about. Are you getting my point, first of all?
Yes.
No, Sujit.
Okay, go to the URL. Okay, instead of writing first query URI parameters, first write a query parameters, then write a URI params. Will it pick up?
No.
Why?
It
Is it
will
Arvind?
follow the path, right?
In the listener, we are giving the base path
So
Yes,
based
along
on
with
the
path.
the
path.
URI. Yeah,
And that
along
all
with the
will,
URI params.
yes, that is the path will not be matched. Of course, if you give the path first as a query parameter, then actually that is a syntax issue. It's not a standard format to give first a query. It should be a URI. URI is a part of a URL, right? This is a
Yes.
path. Okay, we cannot give that. But expression, can I write the expression in a jumbling way? First query URI and query URI like that?
We can write, I
So
guess.
We can write as you want, but the URL will picked up based on the listener path, and the configurations will be picked up from the query parameter. Expression can be
Su-
written in any way.
Sujit, here I got one doubt. In this path, normally we will give as a project name, right? Class name.
Why it is specific to class name and project name?
But here normally I did not give this path entirely like, in my project. I have given only first program. That is my class name I have given there.
What is the expression you have written?
He's saying that so based in demo session we are given
I
this
understood.
demo path.
I understood.
It's
I
the same as
understood. That's why I'm getting the answer from him only. Yes, Shiva. So what is the expression you have written there in the set payload?
In set payload I have given
To extract a query parameter, I guess. Correct?
yes, query parameter, yes.
In that case, do I need to write any listener path like URI parameters? You are extracting the query parameters. That query parameters are getting from the URL itself. Not required any key from the listener path. Got it?
Okay. Uh-huh.
Yeah. Let me switch back to my screen. Okay. Any questions furthermore for anyone?
Sujit, in this we are using the Postman, right? So how many types are we using in the industries? Postman and browser really in the projects.
See, any client for that matters, any client from where you can send a HTTP. For that matters, any point. Muelsoft is also having their any point one, right? You can use any for that matters. There is no standard that we need to use only Postman. Where we can send some REST calls because your Mule application is a REST application, so we can do it, right?
Just we would like to know that how many types are there now. From browser we can do, from Postman
From
we
where
can
you
do.
can send a HTTP request. It's not a generic. It's a generic question, right? From where you can send a HTTP request. That from
Generally
anywhere.
browser.
From the browser. It's like a Postman is also like a browser client. Anyone name can. I'm not aware. How? Anyone aware? Is there any other than Postman,
Advanced
browser? Any point?
Yeah, there is one more advanced REST client.
Many market players are there, Krishna. You can browse it.
Okay.
Right? You can use any.
Thanks.
For that matter, just my application should receive the request. That's it. Okay. What is the difference between a Postman and browser? You may ask me a question like why we are using a Postman only, why we can't use a browser? We can use a browser also, but depends on the browser, either it's Internet Explorer or a Mozilla or a Chrome. Some browsers not able to understand the response types. You may observe that if when you send a request to the browser, sometimes it will give an option to download. Anyone observe that? The response type is not able to understand by my browser. So whatever the response we are getting, that response it will ask you to download. Once you download, it will ask you open with. Have you observed any time anywhere?
Just now I executed in browser, Sujit. That is a downloading file.
Yes. Why?
Then
Because from browser. What is the browser you used?
Chrome.
Chrome. Just now I think Siva, you sent a request to from what is
IE.
that? Internet Explorer, right?
And IE, yes.
Yeah. see, in the same case, we have two options here. From your side, from whenever you use Internet Explorer, you are getting an output straight away since it's a plain text format. At the same time, Chrome, it is not able to understand the response types. So it will ask it's a giving the option to the user itself to download the response type. And if you should aware of what is the response type. That's why it is giving an option to you. You want to open with the reader, Adobe Reader, or else PDF reader, or else any HTML file. It's giving an option with which tool you want to open that response type. Got my point? In the case of Postman, not required, because my Postman can understand different response types. You can see these are the response types my Postman can understand. Got it? That is the difference. Why we are using a Postman if you ask the question. Got it, Krishna?
Yes, Sujit.
Okay. Till now, we have seen a flow. What is the flow structure?
It
What
has
is the flow
source,
structure?
process,
Source,
Source and process
process,
and
Process.
error handler.
and error handler. What we configure in the source part?
listeners.
Listener,
Okay. In the process part,
Set
set
payload.
payload,
Set
set
payload,
payload,
No.
and
You should not tell. You should not generically tell or specifically tell set payload. Generally, you should generalize that. Processors.
Processes.
Processors. Okay. You should not tell like a set payload log or whatever we say. Okay. There are multiple, right?
Transformers.
Many things we can do. So we can use the processors. Okay, which can process the what it will process.
message,
No. What it will
Event.
process?
Event.
Right? So that event is created by
Listener.
Listener.
inbound endpoint basically, right? Okay. Assume that this is a flow 1. I have a flow 2 as well. Who are having already experience on Mule, please don't answer this. I think Srikanth. Is he joined today? Srikanth? I think he is going on and off, maybe network issue. So flow 2, I have a listener here as well, and I have some processors. See, there is no lab for this. You need to understand this is a concept. Okay, there is no lab for this, as I discussed. I mean, for yesterday's session there is a lab, but for today's session there is no lab, right? Okay. Before going with this, I want to understand how many of you followed the recording and practiced, and how many of you followed the document and practiced.
Sujit, I went with the document. There is no recording uploaded, right? So that.
Okay. Anyone else?
I followed with the recorded session only.
But I think yesterday you sent a message to the team that recording is not yet uploaded in the evening, in the late night, I guess.
But I have yes, I have received late night. So after that,
Why you want to wait for the recording? My question. Why you want to wait for the recording? There is a document, right? Which I have given to you.
Yes,
There is a
yes.
document. Why can't you follow the document? Purposefully, I asked him to stop the recording. I mean, recording to update late yesterday. Purposefully, because the learning process is here. Don't follow the recording. If you want, just to follow, I mean, just watch the video, entire video one at a go. Okay, please remember the points and open the document. Please treat those as a requirement, and you try to do it on your own. That's what expected, right? That's why purposefully I asked them to stop the recording till late night. I got you. I think you asked the team Akhil, and Akhil called me, and I told him. Okay, got it. Okay, so please guys, please follow the document, then only do it. Sometimes I may miss the single or 1 or 2 points in the session. That points also will be covered in the document. It's a very clear document which I have given. Please utilize the document. Already you might have seen how every line how it is clearly documented, right? Yeah. So I have a flow 2, I have a listener here, and I have a processors, right? Now I want to invoke this flow 2 from flow 1. So what is the component I can use? There is something called flow reference. One of the processor called flow reference. By using this flow reference, we can invoke any flow, not only in this XML. We can invoke the any flow present in the entire project level. So what is the scope of a flow reference now? What is the scope of a flow reference? Entire
Project.
Global.
project, global. It's a global, right? Okay. Now assume that we have invoked the flow 2. We have invoked the flow 2. I can see one more training team. Who is this training team? Can I know? May I know who is this training team? Unknown names will be dismissed from the session. Please let me know, or else change the name if you are the old participant.
Sujit, it's me, BTQ.
Pardon?
Rahul.
Oh, Rahul. Yeah. Okay, Rahul. Yeah, please mute. I'm just why I have seen this name, because I got some noise from the background. That's why I've seen this. Okay, that's fine. Okay, Rahul. So by using this flow reference, I can invoke any flow at the project level. Assume that my flow reference is referencing to flow 2. So from where the execution will start in the flow 2? From the source or a process?
From the source it will be.
Source? Why source?
Processor.
Why source and why process? Just give me an explanation on that. What you understood? I think someone said source. Who is this? Can I know?
Yeah, Kiran.
I mean, Kiran. Why source?
Because we are working from flow 1, right, to flow 2. So
already we are giving a request to the flow 1, right? My listener is listening for the request, converting that into event. Event is propagating between the processors. Flow reference is also one of the processor which is invoking the flow 2. So the event will come to the flow 2. So is there any requirement to go to the source part? No, right?
No, right?
Straight away it will executed by the processors. The event will be executed by the processors. Got it? Someone also said it's a process. I think it is Suresh, I guess. Yes, Suresh?
Yes.
Same concept? Same thing? Yes?
Same thing. Yeah.
Event will move back to the flow reference to the flow 1. So can I call this flow 2, the logic present in the flow 2 is a part of your flow 1 only? Yes? Yes. Then the event, after completion of that, the event will be processed by the remaining processors. Got it? Okay. Now you hope you understood why the process will happen in the flow 2 from the process part, because already the event is created once I send it. Assume that if this flow 1 listener is on 8081 and flow 2 listener also on 8081, how can I send a request to flow 2 now? Yes. How
The
can I send
URI
a
would be different, right?
And the path.
The URI will be
basically,
different.
basically path will be different, right? Every flow you will be uniquely identified by the path, right? So this one I will give path 1 and this one is a path 2. If I would directly send a request, why this listener is required? See, if I configure a listener in the flow 2 and I am giving a request to flow 1, what happens to the flow 2 listener? Once I give a request to the flow 1, okay, the execution start, as we discussed, execution will start from the flow 2. Then what happened to the listener in the flow 2?
It's in ideal state only, no use.
Ignored. It will be ignored. It will not be considered, right? But if it is not considered, why we want to configure this listener? What is the use?
It might be it's from different clients, different application connectors. Is it?
If you wanted to call the flow to itself in this.
If you want to call the flow to itself, we require a listener, right? We can execute this flow to as a separate one, right? So what you understood from this point? Why we require a flow to here, and what is the logic present in here? Is it not for reusable purpose? right? Instead of writing in a flow 2, the logic, can't I write in a flow 1 only? We can write it. But if you write in a flow 2, the logic piece of a code that can be reused. Assume that I have a flow 3. Can I use the flow 2 from flow 3 as well by using a flow reference? Yes, right?
Yes.
We can invoke, right? So the logic, what once I write, I can reuse multiple times, right? Now assume that I'm using a flow reference in a flow 2 and referencing to flow 3. Again, execution will start from the process part in the flow 3, right? Now, which one will be called as a parent, which is called as a child?
Flow one is the
Flow one is the parent and
Parent one.
Flow 1 is a parent flow. Next.
Flow 2 will be the child of
Okay.
flow 1.
Yes. Next.
float is parent of float.
Flow 2 will be the
Child.
child for the flow 1
One.
and flow 3 is the child for the flow 2. At the same time, flow 2 is a
Flow 3
parent
will
for
be
a
the child.
for flow 3 and flow 3 will be child for the flow 2. Simple,
Flow
right?
2. Okay.
So I will call, there are 3 types of flows. What are the 3 types? Main flow, private flow, and a subflow, right? Which flow can be called as a main flow?
Source flow.
Parent. Parent.
Parent. Someone said source. Can't I call this flow 2 as a main flow again?
Yes.
There is no source here, but still I can call this as a main flow because that is a parent for the flow 3.
Flow 3.
Got it? So there are 3 types of flows: main flow, private flow. What is the private flow? Any referenced flow is nothing but a private flow. Any flow which is having a listener and not only listener and not only by using a flow reference, we cannot consider that as a main flow. Any flow which is referencing some other flow, that parent flow is called as a main flow, right? Hope everyone understood the logic here behind the scenes. Got it?
Yes.
Then
Yeah.
we have one more flow called subflow. What is this subflow? See, a typical flow contains 3 parts: source, process, and error handling. But the subflow contains only process part. That means only we can write the logic. Okay, only we can write the logic. This subflow can be referenced by any flow. How another flow calls, same like that, subflow also can be called by any other flow. Right? What is the purpose of this subflow here?
Reusability.
Yes. Reusability. What is the purpose of this child flow? Yeah.
It can invoke from flow to flow.
Again, can I call it as a reusable?
Yeah.
Both are for reusable purpose. Then why we require these 2 different flows? What is the difference between these 2? You can see, simple.
There is no
What is the
listen. There is no source for this.
Since there is no source, we cannot call the flow itself directly. We cannot call that flow directly, right? Okay. In that case, if I get any exception at this processor level, who will handle that exception? Before that, if I get any exception at a flow 2 level, if I get any exception at a flow 2 level, who will handle the exception?
If we have any error handlers in flow 2, it itself handle that errors.
That means local error handler. First, it will check in a local error handler. If there any error handler configured, alternate logic is configured, then that scope will get executed. If not,
then it go to flow 1.
Then it will go to the flow 1 and flow 1. Again, what happens in a flow 1? Who will handle here?
Look for the local error handler.
Again, it will check in a local error handler. That means what? At flow 1 level, is it not considering this flow reference That means the logic present in a flow 2 is a part of a flow 1 only. That's why it is checking in a local error handler in a flow 1, right? And still I'm not configuring this. I mean, I'm not catching the logic. Then what happens?
Then it will go to the global level.
And
If
it
we
will
set
go
it
to
any error handlers
It
in
will go to
global
the
level,
runtime error handler.
no. Here also we have a runtime error handler. Means you mean to say mule default error handler? I
Yes.
didn't get that runtime error handler. That's why
Yeah,
I'm
the mule
converting it.
default error handler.
Here also we get a, so in that case, if I get an exception at a flow 2 level, first it will check in a local error handler. If there is no error no error scope is configured, then who will return that error to someone? You said that the error will be rethrown to the flow 1. Who is rethrowing that error
Flow
to the flow
reference.
1?
Flow reference.
No. Now you said right? Mule default error handler. Whenever there is no error handler in local, Mule default error handler will come into the picture. What it will do? It will rethrow the error to the next level. What is the next level for the flow 2? The caller flow. What is the next level means? The caller flow. The flow 1. Right? Again, it will check in a local error handler. I don't have any scope configured. Then again mule default error handler will come into the picture. What it will do? It will rethrow the error to the next level. What is the next level for the flow 1?
Client.
Listener. In other words, client. Client in the sense, listener is having, as I said, a response tab. In that response tab, yesterday we have seen for the success and remaining block. What is the remaining for? Error response. What is the body configured? That we will be discussing in a exception handling session. Now we understood the flow, how it works. Whenever exception occurs in a child flow or a subflow. In this subflow case, if I get an exception at another processor level, then
it will go to the directly.
it will go to
that
the, there is no
subflow
local error
also
handler.
will be.
There is no local error handler for subflow. There is only process part. How can we handle that exception? Simple.
Go to
Caller
parent flow.
Parent flow. The caller flow only will be handling that exception, right?
So,
Now I don't want
this subflow will be on flow reference or some other process type. That subflow will be in process or in process flow reference.
It's a separate flow. It's a separate flow. Subflow is a separate flow.
Okay.
Okay.
Like
How
flow
we are
1, flow 2,
normally
flow 3.
configuring a flow, how you are normally configuring a flow, same way subflow also can be configured. But it contains the structure is this only process part. Only we can write a logic.
Okay, there is no source.
No source, no error handling. That's what. When I get an exception at one of the processor in the subflow level, that will be handled by the parent flow. Got it? Now I don't want that parent flow to handle that exception. If I get an exception at a subflow level, I don't want the parent to handle the exception. I want at a subflow level only, I want to handle that. What I can do?
Mule default error handler will.
Mule default handler, we cannot touch it, we cannot see it, we cannot configure that. That is an implicit object. Yes, what I can do, guys?
We use try scope.
Exactly. What is that we can do? We can use a try scope. What do you mean by try scope? We can wrap up this component in a try scope. For this component only, we have an error handler. If you wrap up this component in a try scope, first we'll try it. Or if you get any exception, it will handle here only. Based on the scope you configured, it will continue, or else again it will throw an error. Then it will go to the parent. Okay. If you are getting confused with this error handling part, please ignore this. We have a separate session on error handling. Again, we will discuss in detail. Why I am telling here in the sense, I just want to, make you to understand how flow works if I have a different flows. How we can invoke one flow to another flow. different types of flows. Got it clearly? Any doubts here? Theoretically, everyone understood?
Yes.
Yes, no?
Yes.
Yes, guys. Please unmute your mic and respond. If you're not responding, I think you are thinking about this concept or else deviated from the concept. What would I think?
Thinking about the process.
That's great. That good. I mean, it's good to hear that. But please respond.
It kind of makes sense, Sujat.
Pardon?
It makes sense. I'm able to follow.
Yeah.
Sujit, can you give an example in real life scenario for that?
Yes,
process?
I am also thinking same thing.
I will generate. That's what I'm going to draw. I mean, real time in the sense. First, I need to show some flows. I will just simulate some responses, some payload. Then how it flows. Then I will give the practical example here. Okay.
Got it. Thanks.
So let me switch. So how to switch from one workspace to another workspace? Right now I'm in some other workspace, some other batch workspace. So how to switch the workspace?
In file, we'll be having a switch button.
Switch workspace?
Yes.
So what is our batch name?
Bharat, you kept yesterday.
So how you are feeling the sessions while any point studio loads? Good? Able to understand? Am I going fast, slow?
Good.
Good. Only two people are satisfied with me.
It's good, Sujat.
Thank you. If anyone face trouble while about my explanation or not able to catch up me, please let me know. I think I'm going a little bit slow. I know that. If you feel anyone feels that it should be faster, or else if you feel I'm fast, please let me know as well. Because we have a group of people here, right?
Yeah, so like I wouldn't mind if you can go a bit faster, but I don't want hinder others. So if others are comfortable, I don't mind. I can go a bit faster.
No, because we need to understand.
Sujit,
you
for
go in
new
the same
people,
level.
Okay, I got it. Okay, Arvind, since experience, I can see, I can feel that.
Still,
Yeah.
we don't know that all these environment canvas and these mule palettes.
That's okay.
We don't know the words
Okay.
also.
As of now, my face is okay, right? For everyone?
Yes, it's fine.
Yes, Sujit.
Yes, Sujit.
Okay. Okay, let me create one more project. Or else what I can do, can't I create one more XML in the same project? Yes, right?
That we try to. Let's see.
Okay, now I want to explain as a concept of flows, right? So I will create one more XML, configuration XML, not a normal XML, it's a configuration XML. That means a mule XML. So how we can create it? So right click on this flows, new mule configuration file. I'm just creating a flows demo. So I will treat everyone as a 0 in mule. So that's why I'm explaining from the scratch. Even though if you feel that is the basic stuff, that's my duty to explain about that, right? So I'm explaining each and every point here. So flows demo. I know some people may feel that it's a very basic stuff, it's a waste of time, but it's my responsibility because the people are coming from different backgrounds. So I need to explain it. Yeah. Okay. Now, from the postman, assume my client is sending some request 8081 slash flow 1. Flow 1 is the path. Okay. What is the first connector I need to configure? In order to listen for that request, you need to guide me, guys.
Listener.
Listener,
Listener.
only one person.
First take the
Listener.
HTTP listener.
Okay. So by default, the listener will take the configuration, or else do I need to configure it? Port number.
We need to
We have to
configure it.
configure it.
Configure it.
But how
for
it
local
got
machine
directly?
No,
local
it
machine
it
by
will
default
take
it will take.
automatically.
It takes the global element.
Yesterday we have
We have to
created one
configure path.
in that 01 demo XML. We have created that listener, right? So how many listeners I have created? Did I create two or only one? Only one configuration, right? So by default, my listener will take the default configuration from the global element. So what is the configuration? Just check. See, if I click on this edit button, it will take to the global element present in the 01 demo. You can see here, right? So I'm using that. Okay, if I don't want that, can I change the port number? By adding, see, I can edit that, I can change the port number, it will be changed to 01 demo configuration also. But I don't want that. I want to use a new configuration. Click on a plus sign. So the name is changed to HTTP listener config 1. Now I will change the port number to 8082. Click on OK. Now, how many global elements you are able to see in the global elements right now if I open this?
Two.
Two.
2 or 1? 1. See, global elements means we can access that configuration anywhere in the project. But where we are creating that in this flows demo XML only, right? In the 01 demo XML, I have a 8081 configuration. In flows demo, I configured 8082. But those can be accessed across the project. You can see once I click on a drop down, I can access that. But you are not able to see another global element in the same XML. Got a difference?
Yeah.
Now what is the path?
Flow
one.
Flow.
Quickly, let me simulate some payload and all. So by using a set payload, I hope you will easily understand once I write this. I mean, while I'm writing only. If you feel any difficulty in understanding, please let me know. I will write it quickly. We have 10 minutes left. I will write it.
It's fine, Sujit.
Flow starts.
See, I'm writing in the display name also, so that you don't want to come inside and see what is the configuration we set. Okay. So can I copy the component? If I am using the same configuration again, can I copy that? Yes, just copying that and pasting after the logger. But you will be getting a display name as a copy of. If you want that, you can go ahead. Otherwise, you can write a new one. Okay, I'll just rename this to flow 1. Can I copy entire flow?
Yes.
But what happens? For everything, you will be getting a copy of. Instead of that, if it is a very huge logic, you can do that. Otherwise, use some, instead of that, you can write it on your own. See, I'm using, if I copy that, the listener is on the, path will be the same. I don't want that. I will go with the flow. Because every flow will be uniquely identified by the path. Okay, how to invoke from flow 1, flow 2? How to invoke flow 2 by using a flow 1?
Flow reference.
Flow reference.
I'm just using the flow reference here. Can you please tell me what is the scope here? If I click on this drop down for flow name, which flow you want to invoke? What are the flows we can see? What are the flows we can see here under the drop down?
Entire project, all the flows.
Only flow 1, flow 2.
Flow 1, flow 2, which is there in the 01 demo XML also, we're able to see, right?
Yes.
In the 01 XML, What are the flows I have? Query params, URI params, demo. Are you able to see the both from this flow reference?
Yeah.
Right. So let me go with the flow 2 now. I want to invoke the flow 2. See, always make it as a practice. I'm just giving small tips. The flow name, that means if you are using a flow reference, if your flow reference is referencing to some other flow, please ensure that display name also should reference to that. Right. If you are using multiple flow references, again, if you want to see which floor it is referencing to, you need to go inside the configurations and see, right? So I don't want that. So you can display in the display name only. How many flow we can invoke at a time by using a flow reference? How many flows we can invoke?
At a time,
By
one
using
we
single
can.
flow reference. Only one. It's a drop down option, right? You can select only one. But next. Okay, if I deploy this application, can you please tell me what is the response given to the client when I give a request to the flow 1? And what is the displayed on the console level? Quickly.
Flow 1 started, flow 2 started.
No, please
Flow
tell
1
me
stopped.
where and which area. On client level or console level?
Console level.
Okay, tell me. It's a very, very basic example. Just I want to know how the flow works. I want you to know how the flow works.
Can you repeat the question, Sujit?
What will be there on the console? What will be displayed to the client?
Flow 1 started, flow 2 started, flow 2 stopped, and flow 1 stopped.
Please specify in which area it is going to display in that format. Either on a console or in a client.
Flow 2 started and flow 2 stopped
Where?
in the console.
Yeah, in both the places we'll get the same result, Sujit.
What is that result?
Flow 1 started in the client side and flow 1 started in the logger also, because we are setting payload in logger, right?
Okay, perfect. Okay, I think it is from Suresh. Is it Suresh?
Yes.
Okay. Any other answers? Or else will you agree with the Suresh?
No, actually, client will get only flow on stop message. That is the only thing.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah, I agree with the last statement. So in the console, we will see all the log statements, and for the client, we will see flow and stop message.
Why? Why so? Why? Okay, I agree with your statement with the console. What happened at the client level? Why only it is showing a flow and stop?
That is
So
the
we are
last
setting the payload in the logger.
Payload?
The message is to the client will overwritten.
It's overridden.
It will override. Right? If you,
Yes.
it will override the values. So let me deploy this application in the debug mode so that everyone can understand this. I'm giving a breakpoint at my set payload in the first flow 1 started. So how to run your application in debug mode?
Run in debug. Right click.
So for tomorrow's session, please be ready with some Java knowledge. That means what is a class, what are the objects present, sorry, how to create an object and how to invoke the object. I mean, how to invoke the methods present in that. Okay, please have some basic knowledge on that. Enough. Because we are going to start with a Java module tomorrow. First module, Java module. In that Java module, we need to understand how we do in Java. The same concept will replicate in your Mule application as well. So basic stuff is enough. Just browse. This is the assignment for today because this is the concept. You can do it on your own. The assignment for tomorrow is please browse for what is a class, what are the methods, types of methods, how to invoke that methods. Okay, that knowledge I require from your end. Right? I'm going to explain it again, but I want everyone to correct when I'm explaining. Okay, that's the reason. let me deploy in debug perspective. Can I hear a request? No listener found for request. Oh, what is the reason why? But I have given flow 1 only, right? The path. Then why it is showing no listener for endpoint slash? No,
Did you
no.
change the port, right?
Huh?
You changed the port.
Perfect.
8082.
Got it? Now you will be, if you get any response like that, you need to understand my port, my listener is not able to listen for that request because the port number is totally different. With that 8081 port, there is no option. Okay, one more question. I use the 8081 port. Is there any 8081 port here in the application?
Yes, with the other flow. Demo one.
Another XML. In the another XML, I
XML.
have a 8081, but there is no
Project
path,
name.
flow one path. Path is different. Okay, that's why it is giving. It is listening on 8081 port and it is checking for the path. Okay, that's why. That is the reason. Okay. Now, my listener is listening for. Okay, can anyone explain this flow quickly? Yes, please, quickly. Arvind, can you do it, please?
Yeah. So what do you want, Sujat? So you want to drive the flow?
Yes.
Yeah. Now after set payload, the logger would work and
from starting.
So from the invoke, once the listener get invoked, even the what is that? A mule event will get created, and that would it would be passed to set payload processor, and their flow once started will be assigned to the payload.
No, you need to tell me. I need to click on F6 or F8.
Oh,
you need to tell me.
I guess but
F6.
F8, I guess F6, huh? F6.
Okay, I will try.
Okay. Try that one. Yeah.
Okay, it's okay. I will try. Okay.
Yeah.
Sorry. See here, once the listener is listening for the request converted into event. This is the event structure: attributes, payload, and the variables. Now the dotted line. The control is in a set payload. Before this set payload, what is the event structure? It is displaying here. But right now I'm in a set payload level. Now the processor shift. If we want to shift to some other, next to processor, what is the key? F6. Now the control move to logger. Now before the logger, what is the event? Attributes, payload. In that set payload, I set as a payload as flow 1 started. Right? Next. If I click on F6 again,
it will go to flow
2 will be started. That means flow reference which is referencing to flow 2. If I click on F6, it straight away jump to the flow 2 processor level. Before that, what is the event structure? You know, right? Now, already I executed one logger. Will it be displayed on the console? Go to the console and see.
Flow 1 started. Message we can see.
Last logger. Flow 1 started. You can see. Correct? Okay. Next. If I click on F6.
It would go to the next logger. Yeah. Copy of payload.
No. The control here means the set payload is got overridden. Flow 2 started. Logger will not display. Got it? Now if I click on F6, then it will move to the next process. The logger will be displayed now. Got it? Same like that.
Yes.
If I want to resume the operation and if I want to complete the process, what is the key?
F8.
Now I got to flow 2 stopped and flow 1 stopped. At a client level, flow 1 stopped. Now hope everyone understood the flow.
Yeah.
Right? Clear?
So Sujat, I have a quick question. So if I have a toggle at flow 1 started processor level and flow 1 stopped processor level, if I press F8 on flow 1 started, will it directly go to flow 1 stop?
We will see practically.
Okay.
I want you to try all this stuff, but anyways, you ask me, I will show you. Where I want to give a breakpoint, please tell me.
Flow 1 stopped.
Flow 2?
Flow 2 stopped or flow 1 stopped, yeah.
I will give a request again, but the changes will not affect, I guess. While you're practicing, please try all these guys. How to think out of the box and try multiple areas. Okay. Okay. Now let me give a request. Yes. I want you to. I mean, you want me to click on F8?
F8. Okay. Yeah. Okay.
Got it? Yeah.
Yep. Thank you.
Okay. Then let me switch to design mode. Okay, I have one more subflow. Will you please try on a subflow how it works? Just try sub and try to write subflow. As I said, there is only one process, right? You can write some logic and you can refer by using a flow reference from any other flow. Will you try for me by tomorrow? Will you work on that?
Yes.
Sure.
Yeah. Exception handling. Don't worry about exception handling, error handling. How we get an exception, how to handle it. We have a separate session for that. No need to worry about it. Try to understand how flow works. Enough. One very small point you need to remember. Behind the scenes, once I give a request, event is created. You need to remember the structure of event, how that event will be propagated between the processors. Before that processor execution, what is the event structure and how it is getting overridden. This is the only few points you need to remember. And every flow, this will be the repeated. Hope you understood my point. Okay, thank you.